first from Tucson, Arizona, Luis Moreno.
There it is, the announcement from our referee, Abraham Montijo.
Receiving from Seattle, Washington, Sean Lenning.
Who is announcing Luis Moreno and Sean Lenning.
We got two linesmen also.
My name is Dave Vincent alongside David Fink for this semifinal match.
It feels great to be here in Handball Nation, Dave, outside of Minneapolis, St. Paul. Don't know what to expect here. These guys have only played 38 times so far this year, so
0-0.
0 serve 0, and that's with an 8-month layoff from Sean Lenning. We're only in the 10th month.
Sean will make a few errors here early. Dave, he was just sound asleep about 30 seconds ago, so it's stand to reason.
You think Fink is lying?
I don't lie.
Look at that rally there between Sean and Luis.
0-0.
Luis kept his Halloween costume on. He went as one of the Jonas Brothers. And the second strange error there from Sean Lenning. We're here in Brett Favre country. Dave will be making his 3,988th start tomorrow consecutively. Much like Luis Moreno, hasn't missed a pro stop, Dave, in 3.5 years. That's called a segue into the world of pro handball. It's bringing it all together, is what it is.
Tying it together.
Somewhat.
0-0.
The score is 0-0.
Fortunately for our viewers, Dave, the water aerobics for the over 65 crowd has stopped today, so you'll be able to focus here on the match. I know you were distracted watching the various routines.
0-7-0.
It was slightly difficult, I will admit it.
It's a cardio strength combo training session that they work on here with the old folks.
The aging men and women, mainly women. Luis Moreno got to this point by defeating Andy Nett
0-7-0.
by the score of 11-6 in the breaker after losing the first game against Andy, and then Sean Lenning had a close one with local legend Matt Heiber, 21-13, 21-19. That's what has paved the way for this great semifinals matchup between the two fellow friends from
1-7-0.
Both these guys taking out local favorites.
Short.
Minnesota Dreamboats fans were dreaming of a semifinal appearance today, Dave, but that dream turned into a nightmare with a hot Luis Moreno second and third game.
And Matt Heiber's fans were trying to cash in his check before he got it, and unfortunately he couldn't get past Sean Lenning, who said that this floor is very slick out here. After his match, he went in there and swept it, and he said it didn't make any difference, so he went down to the local department store and purchased a pair of shoes.
I noticed that, but he's actually not wearing the right kind of shoes. He's wearing a hybrid cross-trainer running shoe, which is a terrible shoe to wear on the handball court. It doesn't give you the right support or the right grip on the floor, particular floor with all this dust. You need an outdoor basketball tennis shoe that still will give you traction with dust on the court.
See that shot right there from Luis?
It was lucky.
This is quite the different Sean Lenning from the last time we saw him play Luis, which was about a week and a half ago.
0-7-1.
US Open, 3rd place.
You never know what to expect with Sean, Dave. We've seen him beat some of the very best in the game, and also come out and look really bewildered and disinterested. There's been very few pros, Dave, with the
good call from the referee.
With the mixed results of Sean Lenning in the last year or 2 years. I truly believe, Dave, when Sean Lenning's shoulder is healthy, whenever that day may be, he will become the best player on the planet. Sean right now is playing with a shoulder that's about 30 to 40% of its maximum strength, and what he's done, Dave, is
171.
really build up that left hand and also develop
Short.
a great defensive game with both his right
Second
and left
serve.
fist. And when you see him
Replay.
snapping through the ball with that right arm that we saw when he was dominant in 2007 and
171.
2008, in my opinion, there won't be anyone that touches it. 2007, Dave, you would really have to consider the peak of Sean's handball career. Made the finals of the Nationals, losing to Paul Brady in 2 close games, and then lost to Paul Brady
Replay.
in the finals of the U.S. Open in an 11-10 tiebreaker.
171.
Score is 1-1.
1-1. Light out.
Watch Sean Lenning dismantle Dave Chapman in the Boston Open final
1-1.
about a year and a half ago. Very few people know about that match, Dave, because it wasn't broadcast across the world as this one is. Sean's the freak, and when he's getting freaky with it, there's really nothing anyone can do. Thought he'd get a laugh on that, didn't.
271.
Score is 2-1. That was more out of humiliation than anything else.
Luis telling me he played Sean one time, just in a pickup match, David. He said Sean was just so amazing, hitting such incredible shots, point after point, that he ended up losing 21-1, 21-4. Now, we will stress, Dave, to those listening and to Nick Scherzer, that was not an official exhibition or tournament match. That was just a pickup match, so I don't know how that is weighed into the rankings. You might only get half the points if it's a practice match. I'm not sure.
Was there a referee? That's the question.
Actually, Vince San Angelo reffing the first game, and Charlie Wicker stepping in and taking the second. That was at the Tucson Racquet Club.
Wow, okay, so that could be official then. They are level 5s.
173.
One serves 3. This is the semifinals match between Sean Lenning and Luis Moreno. We're at the Lifetime Fitness Athletic Club of Fridley, Minnesota, suburb of Minneapolis, St. Paul. I want to thank Anna Engel, who's watching the live webcast just in St. Paul. She's watching it on her iPhone.
Wish that she'd come down here and say hello, but we understand that it's just about 5 miles away.
Light out.
Luis Moreno looking more focused, Dave, than I've ever seen him. I've never seen Luis this motivated, actually walking around with headphones on before the match.
Short ball.
I don't think he was listening to one of his business classes online. I think he had some hip-hop. Big Puff playing.
Replay.
Dan Armijo telling us a story last night, Dave, that he actually sat next to Puff Daddy on the plane. Said, well, it was great talking to you, Big Puff. I'll talk to you later. It was funnier when he told it.
Oh, I love the way you set it up, though. It was perfect.
Look at that power from Luis. That was left-hand power reverse.
371.
3 serves 1.
Dave, you talk about the crowd generally being so quiet. It's not quiet now, Dave. They are rocking in the stands.
173.
Apparently they can hear us.
Surprised, Dave, that our referee hasn't had to calm down the gallery right now. They put on a huge party here for all the players and fans. There's different bars set up, Dave. They're making margaritas. There's
273.
You're right. There's a cesspool of adult fun here at the facility as we usher in the crowd as they make their way to the stands here.
372.
Actually, for handball, it's a beautiful sight.
Light out. 3.
Score is 2-3. Nice shot there from Luis. You're right, he has a lot of power today.
Point.
That actually hitting Luis.
Second.
Sean whiffing at that ball, and Luis putting so much hop on that ball, he was unable to move away from it.
3-3.
This is really a great matchup here, David. It's an incredible crowd here at the Lifetime Fitness, enjoying their various champagnes, margaritas,
Their caviars and wines, cheeses as well.
Replay.
That Gouda doesn't just walk itself in here, Dave. That has to be prepared.
3-3.
Score is 3-3.
Side out.
To me, Dave, Sean is
3-3.
not only the freak, but also the enigma. You're never quite sure what you're going to get with Sean Lenning.
Side out.
We saw Sean in that third place match, which was for substantial bags of sand on the line and also ranking points. Really looked like he would have rather had a root canal playing that match. Here he looks really motivated. Just about 7.5 minutes ago, Dave, he was sound asleep under the
4-3.
bleachers. You had to give him a shirt and a wake up.
Wow, that's a different shot for Sean. That was like a fish shot into the left corner.
Well, Sean's developed some incredible rally-ending shots in the front court.
5-3.
And you see, Dave, it's very difficult to end rallies in the front court against these top players because they're so quick. Sean's developing these sort of soft corner paddle shots, and he went for one there, and Luis read it and picked it up. Sean had himself pinned against the right wall. He's a little bit disappointed with himself.
3-5.
Sean Lenning actually wasn't even supposed to be part of this event. Didn't
Short.
get the invite or the
Second
final
serve.
invite until Thursday, just a day before this event. Got himself on a plane, and here he is in the semifinals just 48 hours later.
Sean was an original invite, but said that his arm was hurt and that he would let us know. And eventually he let us know about 2 hours after the last person was named. He said, "Can I still get in? I'm feeling pretty good."
Point.
But unfortunately for Sean, he was a little late. But then we had a back out when Alan Garner had to get out of the tournament. Sean was just waiting. He had a plane ticket ready to come anyway. So here was Sean stepping in now in the semis and looking good. Actually, it looks like the match has been dominated by Luis Moreno early, yet Sean has the lead.
5-5.
Not sure how you see that.
Well, the power that, just Luis has been.
That's what's amazing about Sean, though, Dave. He was the greatest power player in the game just 2 or 3 years ago, but because of this arm injury, he's now become one of the great finesse players in the game.
Side out.
And let's not forget, he is one of the best get artists.
And he also has a great-looking beard. I wasn't sure if he was playing handball or trying to cut down a tree.
Sean takes that ball to the roof. And Luis
Side out.
was giving up on that point. Thought that ceiling shot was not going to make it, but it did. Sean prepared for that and rolls it.
5-5.
Score is 5-5.
Like that shot there from Luis, a 3-wall kill. Front wall, right side wall, back wall roll out.
I'm sure that has a name.
He actually practiced that shot.
5-5.
He was in court 2 about 15 minutes before this match working on that very shot. You'll see the biggest offhand reverses, Dave, when that ball hits the left side wall, comes into the player actually forced to hit underneath that ball, and that's when that ball really make that huge left turn with the reverse.
Side out.
There's a double fault from Luis. He actually leads the tour 48th double fault of the season. Dave Chapman actually leading with the fewest double faults at 0, so you can see the difference there.
But don't you think a guy like Luis, who takes chances, also manufactures points off that serve?
Well, I'm just reporting the number of double faults.
And I'm actually, it's a follow-up question.
Oh, a follow-up question.
To your stage court.
I wouldn't deter his second serve aggressiveness, because I agree it does set up a lot of points for him.
Sean used to be the one that led the league in those double faults, and actually Desi Keegan had the record. But
Desi Keegan actually has the record for most serves hitting to the floor, which also would count as a double fault.
Point. First time out, 1 minute.
Unfortunately, Gene Kastner does not fly to Ireland for all the events, and we don't have the official double fault statistics from the Irish events, but we do, fortunately for us, have the statistics for these events.
And luckily for those that are from Ireland, we have the asterisk next to most statistics that bear the issue with flying across the pond. You are watching the Wph Ektelon Pro Handball Classic here in Minnesota. St. Paul, Minneapolis. St. Paul, actually, the Twin Cities, right near the Great Lakes, where we have the Lifetime Fitness athletic facility all lit up with banners and signs and lights blinking. It's quite the extravaganza out here.
We actually have the wave going on right now, Dave, in the bleachers.
That's actually a true statement. What we call the beach bums are actually up there in the cheap seats. The nosebleed section, where the fans have rolled in here and crowded up this gallery to watch this amazing semifinals match.
A lot of the members here, Dave, jumped on their treadmills and stationary bikes and got wind of this event and jumped right off of those treadmills, and they're actually here in the gallery.
And that kind of upset some of those officials here, so what we did is we piped in our feed through all of those flat screen 50-inch high-def plasmas throughout the facility. So now they're back on their bikes watching from the luxury of their duff. And spinning.
Margarita in hand.
Of course.
They did pick one up.
Right out. Five, 7.
5-7. This is the first game between Sean and Luis.
Look at Sean control the front court. He takes over with that fly kill return of serve, puts Luis off balance, and then drives that next ball straight back down the left.
Luis is sponsored by Ektelon. You see him wearing his Ektelon gear.
Right out. 7, 6. Short. Second. Right out. 6, 7.
Score here is 6-7. Sean Lenning serving.
Great kill there from Luis. Really got himself low off the back wall.
7, 6.
Ran his hand parallel with the floor and rolled that out. You know, Dave, a good lesson for all the juniors and even our older players watching at home. These kills that these guys hit, Dave, would actually be good for a mile, because the ball is just staying parallel with the floor,
7.
and the front wall is just getting in the way. You want to think of it that way.
Hold on, stop.
If the front wall was 100 feet farther away, it would still be on that same line.
So gravity's never going to take place. It'll
Well,
always
eventually it will, but at the velocity these guys are hitting the ball, it will stay true to that line.
That sounds like something Albert Apuzzi would say, and you're repeating it. I'm just calling you out on that.
I've actually never had a conversation with Albert Apuzzi, because
Yeah.
doesn't
Right out.
Doesn't talk to brats. I don't know what. Finish this taping.
6, 7.
The score is 6-7.
Right out.
Sean's fed Luis consecutive setups on his serve. Great serve from Luis.
Point.
Use the head fake there.
Sean is wanting
8-6.
to wait for him to get set.
Short.
That's why you look back and say, would you wait?
Second.
A lot of these pro players, Dave,
Point.
want to ref these big matches. It's actually a big honor to be named the referee here.
9-6.
Abe Montiel thrilled actually to be handed the scorecard.
There were screaming fans that wanted to just touch Abe. That's how important it is.
I think you might be exaggerating there.
Point.
It's a great sign of respect, though, Dave, when you have the executive director of an organization asking for you to step in and ref a big semifinal match.
Side out.
See that shot right there from Sean.
I'm calling it good.
The crowd thought it was good too.
I called it good.
Luis would like to appeal,
Both
but
agree.
I don't. Okay, they do have line judges here.
6, serving 10.
6 serves 10. It was won 6-7. Luis got 3 straight points on that last inning.
Smart shot from Sean. And Luis with a great pickup. Sean's
Point.
playing extremely smart handball.
7, serving 10.
He's passing Luis when Luis is in front of him, and he's shooting with Luis behind him. That's a great strategy.
Boy, Sean has power from right there with his left.
Side out.
See Sean showing more emotion in this event, Dave, than certainly I expected. He's here to win.
10, serving 7.
Score is 10-7. After this one, we'll have great Dave Chapman playing Nate Alvarado. Nice dig right there from Sean Lenning. Luis picks it up though.
We've seen Luis miss that shot 3 times here. It's a very difficult shot. He's upset with himself, but it's actually the shot selection that was the problem. Luis, off of his back foot, his front foot is off the ground, and that ball is coming into his body. He's trying to take it back to the right. Dave, you know just how difficult that shot is.
Talk about the matchups earlier. We have the young Luis Moreno and Sean Lenning playing each other, both in their early 20s, mid-20s for Sean, and early 20s for Luis. And then Nate Alvarado and Dave Chapman came up in the Pro Tour at about the same time. Nate about a year and a half later than Dave Chapman. Actually older than Dave Chapman. Nate's 37 years old, Dave Chapman 35. But Nate was a little bit more late bloomer, maybe close to about the same time. Those guys certainly on the Pro Tour have been playing each other for the last 20 years, either ranked 1 or 2 or 3 or so difference during that time. So it's sort of like Dave Chapman and Nate are passing the torch to the other young Americans of Luis and Sean Lenning.
I don't think they're ready to throw that pass all too
Maybe
soon.
not. But we have a great matchup of the youngsters playing right now, and then the over 30s. These guys would make, this would be a 35 master championship right here.
I'm not sure that I understand what you're trying to say here.
Well, we have 2 35-year-olds playing in the upper bracket.
They also happen to be 2 of the top 4 or 5 players in the world, so
yeah,
they're going to continue to play in the pros.
Sure, I'm not saying they're leaving. I'm just saying they're playing in the upper bracket.
Well, you made it sound like they're not only passing the torch, but then moving on to the Masters Nationals while they're at it.
I said you
that's
could
my
see
confusion. No, I don't, though.
Yeah, but you could see them playing each other if they wanted to. Nate has actually competed in the 35 doubles and won it, and so has Dave Chapman consecutive years. They just didn't play at the same time.
Perhaps there could be a dream matchup this year between Dave Chapman and his highest bidder partner, and Nate Jr. and his highest bidder partner.
Wait, that ball just broke right there. That's the first one of this match, and we expect a couple more. Not to step over that great comedic line that you just gave everyone.
Wasn't actually kidding, though.
Oddly, I know.
Dave Chapman can be yours at the South End Rowing Club, middle of February, USHA Masters Nationals for $5,000.
That's it?
Buy yourself a championship. The Yankees do it.
Why can't a handball player?
Sean Sean Lenning has not beat Luis Moreno since the 2008 Simple Green U.S. Open semifinals. Luis Moreno defeating Paul Brady in the quarterfinals of that event, an 11-10 tiebreaker, losing to Sean Lenning in an 11-8 tiebreaker in the semifinals. It's been all Luis Moreno in this rivalry since then.
All right, we'll go.
We appreciate the fact that you've tuned into this live webcast, and if you can, get a hold of your friends via
10-7.
text message or your favorite social network site. Tweet the internet address for your friends or your family members. Go ahead and watch a little handball tonight. I'm doing it on my phone. Maybe you can do it on your standard rate supply for your
11-7.
phone carrier. 11-7 is the score, first game.
The points
Short
Luis
ball.
are winning, Dave. He's averaging hitting only 4.5
Second
shots
serve.
per rally. The points Sean is winning, he's averaging 11.7 shots per rally. So Sean's having to work a lot harder to win
Right
points.
up.
Those stats courtesy of Gene Kastner.
Wanna thank you for that.
7-11.
7 serves 11.
Right out. Eleven, 7-7. Right out.
Luis had the shot he wanted in the 5th shot of the rally. Would have been just about average, David. He ended that rally with that fly kill for a point.
7-11.
7 serves 11. 2 games of 21, tiebreaker 2-11.
And there's Sean with the
Boy,
Right
these
out.
guys are both
strange error.
making the same types of errors where they're missing the front wall by just a couple inches.
Eleven, 7.
You wonder how big a factor conditioning will play here, Dave, with Sean Lenning being pushed to a tiebreaker in his opening round match against our referee, A.B. Montijo. Sean battling back from a first game loss in an 8-0 deficit in the second game to cruise in that match, and then he was pushed this morning by the Elvis. Actually trailed by a large margin in that second game before rallying and winning that second game 21-19. Luis Moreno had an easier time yesterday in his opening round against
Point.
roommate Fergal Collins of Ireland, and then today
Oh,
pushed
37.
to the limit against the Dreamboat.
Talk to the Dreamboat's father. Wow, look at that shot right there from Sean, who's just taking a tour of the court here.
Point.
Luis had Sean spinning in all directions there. Sorry to interrupt you, Dave. I know you had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Dreamboat Sr.
He said he's
13-7.
been watching the live webcast and he is enjoying what he's seen. He said he's really wanted to thank us for the opportunity to be wherever he's at and able to watch. He said he's been traveling around, and it just oddly enough, he's been in the areas
Second
where
time out.
he wouldn't be able to watch his
No
son,
running.
and
1 minute.
he was able to watch. And he also said, you know,
14-7.
he said he really admired the Dreamboat. He said, referring to his own son as the Dreamboat, like it was just so matter of fact.
Why wouldn't it be?
That's what I was wondering.
That's what the employees call him when he walked into the facility. That's what the cameramen call him.
It's a good point. I just thought I'd bring it up.
If you really think about it, Dave Vincent, has anyone ever watched their son play more sports than the Dreamboat Senior? Andy, the Minnesota Dreamboat net, started football, basketball, and baseball on the high school and college level, and now starring on the pro handball scene. So that's
All he
30.
needs, yeah, he needs his pickleball.
It's about 25 years of daily sporting competitions that Mr. Dreamboat Sr. has observed
That's a good point.
of his son.
10 seconds.
He just needs pickleball and platform tennis and maybe a little bit of shuffleboard or something like that to be really considered one of the greatest athletes of all time. The Dreamboat,
All right, here we go. Time in.
he's multifaceted.
14,
He's not just
7.
6'3" of great looks.
Point.
Back to this, though, it's Luis Moreno scoring another point after we get get off that
15-7.
clock.
Now it's Luis really taking over here. That serve down the right is devastating, and that's the shot that his coach, Fred Lewis, hates to see him hit. You can see Fred shaking his head, Dave, in the Tucson foothills. Hit the ball hard, Luis. Not a very good impersonation, but made my point nonetheless.
Sounded a little bit like John Bike, but that was a short and a screen.
Second.
Fortunately for me, Dave, the gallery is there to pick me up with a joke that might fall a little bit flat in your opinion.
Well, they laugh at your jokes no matter what you say, even when you're not trying to be funny. So it's nice to have the gallery here.
Free margaritas and Dom Perignon will do that for you. Puts people in a good mood.
That's why it's been served.
Luis lifts that ball, and he'll have another opportunity here to fist that ball. Interesting shot.
18-7.
Score now 18-7 as Luis just jumps out.
Amazing serve. Amazing. Just one of the purest serves that we've seen
19-7.
all weekend here, Dave. And there's another one. He breaks that one off down the left. And now you hear Sean Lenning letting out a scream. Now, if that was another player, a certain left-handed player on the tour, and he let out some sort of scream, it would be the biggest news in the history of the webcast. But since it's Sean Lenning, it goes by without much comment. Pretty much, Dave, what I expected in that first game. Sean Lenning competitive early. Luis Moreno really finding another gear, particularly with the serve, and stretching that 7-6 lead into a 21-7 victory.
And that does conclude that first game. Big thank yous go out to Jordal Advisory Group LLC for helping the pros get here. Tax services, accounting services, consulting services. Jordal is spelled Jordal. Advisorygroup.com. SimplyThankful.com. Grow your ROI with proven and measurable marketing strategies. They brand your image over 750,000 different ways with cutting-edge marketing products and imprinted apparel. Get a hold of them by going to the internet at SimplyThankful.com or email them at info@SimplyThankful.com. This happens in every professional sport.
This is no different than the hot dog races at the minor league baseball games, the pierogi races at PNC Park in Pittsburgh.
Watching a Major League Baseball game, you, in between innings, they always have fans that go out there and try to hit baseballs and catch flies. Big congratulations out to Greenhaven Printing. They are here happily ready to serve you with all of your printing and communication needs and the success of your business. Phone number is 651-639-9822. That's 651-639-9822. Keep it in the Handball family. If you have any printing needs that you would like to accomplish for your business, your home or office, get a hold of Greenhaven Printing. That's 651-639-9822. They are supporting Handball. Minnesota Natural Medicine. Nature is science. Science is nature. They live, learn, and they're healthy. Personalized care with integrative approaches to health, aging, and disease. That's online at MinnesotaNaturalMedicine.com. While you're here, just go check it out. Browse the internet and check out the sponsors, those that have helped us do this live webcast to bring the pros here, as well as Mintech Incorporated of Tucson, Arizona. Earlier today, it was Dave Chapman defeating Tommy Little that allowed him to go into the semifinals. The score there was 21-5, 21-7. It was Nadi Alvarado over David Fink, 21-15, 21-9. That sets up a match coming up after this one between David Chapman and Nadi Alvarado. Winner goes into the finals. Sean Lenning over Matt Heiber and Andy Nett losing to Luis Moreno. That's what created this matchup here between these two, with Luis Moreno winning the first game 21-7. We're at LifetimeFitness.com. Actually, the athletic facility doesn't have the .com at the end, but since you're on the internet, try to cruise over there and check them out. I went on just a few hours ago to LifetimeFitness.com, and I chose the location button that's across the top. Then I clicked on the name of the town that we're in, which is one that you'll find at Fridley, Minnesota, and just click on that, and then you'll see the exact facility that we're in. You can have a virtual tour. You can go all around the whole club and see this premier athletic facility called Lifetime Fitness Athletic Facility of Fridley, Minnesota. It's absolutely remarkable. We're going to take a quick break here. We have a couple more minutes before game number 2 comes up in just a bit.
Actually, Dave, we have Katie Mackel taking on Will Lemp here in 2 bounce. It's Will Lemp earning the side out. Beautiful bottom board kill. Katie unable to pick it up before the 3rd bounce.
So
Now
that's
it's Travis Owen stepping in to try his luck against Will Lemp, and hits that ball back down the left. And Travis Owen paddle killing that ball back down the left side wall, which is actually the front wall, but in this game is the left side wall. Now we've got player unknown, puts the ball on the floor, and it'll be Katie Mackel back in for an opportunity, Dave, to take over this court.
She has a lot of power with her left hand here. Oh, that was a 4 bouncer. She's going to have to go back to the end of the line. Travis Owen serving over to Will Lemp.
Smart
who goes to the
shot
back
there
corner right
Will.
there.
Will angles that ball away from Travis.
Now Will's back into the court. That's the 1st bounce, 2nd bounce. 2. Oh, between the legs. Never works when you're wearing pants like that.
A lot of people, Dave, don't know the rules to this game, but actually the right side wall is the front wall, and the boundary, Dave, on the player's right is the football line.
Huh, okay.
So the ball has to bounce before the football line, and you're allowed 2 bounces.
And unfortunately for us as viewers at home, they are being kicked off the court here for the actual pro match.
And what's interesting, Dave, is there's 11 other courts here at this facility that are open right now, and not one of those 2 bounce players will go into one of those other courts. They'll wait until there's a 30-second timeout during a pro match to run into that court to play 2 bounce. But yet, Dave, there's a court
right there,
2 feet away.
Actually, 3
feet away
actually,
from the pro court that they could be playing for hours on end. This club actually opened 24 hours a day, Dave, but for some reason, these 2 bounce professionals are only interested in playing in that 30-second window on the pro court.
Right. So, what are you trying to say?
They like the spotlight?
Huh. They have 288 hours of the day they can actually play on that other court. They decide to go in during the actual pro game here.
Yeah.
Well, you know, on an NBA
basketball.
Yeah, on the NBA basketball game, they allow the fans to come in at halftime and shoot baskets.
Not even halftime, though.
Yeah.
During 20-second timeouts.
Yeah. Okay, so
Doc Rivers brings his guys in for a quick play call. Sure, you've got fans coming in from the rafters, shooting some threes.
Yeah, at the Buick Open, they allowed a couple fans to come and just tee off there out into the pond.
Game number 2, 0-0.
0-0. This is game 2 after Luis Moreno.
Sean Lenning with the ideal start, an ace down the left. Goes to the same serve.
Oh, look at that ball hop away right there.
Sean blast that ball.
That thing just picked up.
2-0.
Score is 2-0.
Point.
My
3-0.
protege, Dave, Joe Del Sardo, actually watching at home on his movie projector, 100-inch webcast handball. He's got 23 people crammed into that movie theater in Dormont, Pennsylvania, just outside of Pittsburgh.
There's a screen, no call from the referee.
Told me there's a lot of Sean Lenning fans in that room, Dave. There's also a number of Luis Moreno fans in that room, too. Both guys have been to Pittsburgh. Both made a lot of fans there. Joe actually separating the 2 camps. It became contentious.
Okay, so one side of that BH room has the Lenning fans, the other side has the Luis Moreno fans. That's, I guess, an interesting way of doing it.
Actually, the Sean Lenning fans showed up with big fake beards on, and the Luis Moreno fans showed up with a big moppy wig to support their man. I mean, NFL fans are wearing the jerseys and the colors with the face paint. Why not handball fans?
Well, we saw in the World Series was fans were lined up to bring their fake beards in like the Giants closer.
2 serving 4.
2 serves 4. Fans for Luis Moreno have that
Incredible.
shaggy hair and the headband actually is part of the prop.
That's true.
Which
It's
is
a one piece.
34.
It comes sewn together.
Long ball.
This has been incredibly high-level handball here to start this second game, Dave. We've seen for beautiful serves,
Second serve.
some incredible offhand kills. Now Luis goes to that two-ball serve. Sean does well with it.
Right out.
Well, I applaud Joe Del Sarno and his efforts to bring those fans together. I know how difficult it is sometimes when one group is cheering for one side and the other group is getting rowdy for the other. And then to bring them together, that's so special.
Well, you know, Dave, a lot of times in football games, you've got brawls in the parking lot. Let's hope that doesn't happen in the Del Sardo house outside on the street. But
For the love of handball, I hope you're right. 3 serve set.
we want our fans to be passionate, but we also want to be under control.
And safe.
Point.
How did Sean return that serve and net misses about the easiest shot that he could have ever hoped to hit?
What
4-4.
tells us? I think it's 4-4. Is that the score?
I believe it is.
Hard to hear the referee's microphone here. I'd like to tell a story about Sean Lenning's
Point.
shoes. As this game progresses, hopefully I'll get it out.
5-34.
5-4 is the score here. Second game, Luis Moreno wins the first one, 21-7.
Sean Lenning's shoes actually look like the Sean complaining about a hinder. I'm surprised I didn't see anything there. Look like the walking shoes in an old age home, Dave, when they go out those walkers with the tennis balls for wheels. Suppose you're not following me. Now it's Sean Lenning outside the court. I actually thought the ball before was more of a screen and hinder than this call.
Let's listen to Sean here.
I'm going to call a screen ball on that.
Oh,
So all you have to do is just come out and argue a little bit. It's never worked for me.
Replay 5-4.
Luis not offering much resistance there, but I think he knows that the referee's not going to change his call twice. So I don't see why he wouldn't
Right out.
change it once. Why not change it 2 or 3 times?
4-5.
score's 4-5 here.
Amazing serves here, Dave. You've got 3 of the 4 top serves in pro handball
Right out.
on display tonight. Certainly Luis and Sean, and then also Nadi Jr. to follow this match.
5-4.
One of the most amazing serves it's ever been. You see these unbelievable reverses that Luis is able to hit, and a lot of it stems from that loose wrist that he talks about. That he's keeping that ball in his hand for so long. He's picking up so much spin. Amazing
Right out.
torque on that shot. Don't actually know what torque means, but it sounds good, and I like to use it whenever I can.
It sounds masculine and aggressive.
And intelligent.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's the triple threat.
4-5.
It's a 3-tool word.
I'm looking for the 5-tool word.
Second serve.
That might be the 5-tool word.
Okay.
We've only given 3-tool examples on it, though.
Okay.
Wow, that ball just really hopped away from Sean.
Gone are the days of the 5-tool player in the major leagues, but not necessarily gone are the 5-tool words.
Right.
Okay.
Well, actually, they might be
5-5.
gone because we could only come up with 3 tools on that word. But possibly there's other
Okay.
attributes to that word. I'm going to talk about a crowd like that where Sean Lenning walked over to the Target, which I didn't know there was one near here, but Sean said that he felt like he needed to get those new shoes, so he brought them over, and I was standing with Mike Schneider from New York, and it's pretty bad when you don't remember who else was with you. Abe Montijo, Shane
Let's
Vegan.
get to the point where I'm just
7-5.
We're
speed
in
up this
the
story.
deli here. You saw that great deli. It's called Deli Light.
It's amazing.
And Sean went up to get something to eat, made an order, and he left his shoes
Second
there.
serve.
Well, I had a little slice of pizza, and I stuck them in both pairs of his shoes. thinking that, no big deal. Sean's just going to put him on right before he gets on the court, and then halfway through the match, he's going to reach down and say something's wrong with my feet, have to take time out. Our cameras would catch him pulling out this pizza. You know, this is what, in my mind, this is, you know, this is where it's going in my head. Okay, so, no, Sean gets over, orders his food, nice shot right there from Luis Moreno, and then Sean goes to the corner and misses it. He comes back immediately, takes his shoes out, and puts them on. And then he goes, what is, these things are tight. They weren't tight, like, pulls it out, and of course the pizza was stuck to his shoes. And so everybody laughed because they saw me do it. And the story will never end unless I make up some kind of stage ending. But Sean took the piece.
Thing was staged. That's the thing.
He took the pizza pieces out.
And there wasn't 1 ounce of truth to anything about that story.
Beautiful shot right there from Sean Lenning. So he took the pieces of pizza out and he threw them at me.
Okay.
Called me a word that I cannot say and actually hurt my feelings. But I do want to tell you that that story is true. And because the pizza technically were in a pair of brand new shoes and it didn't hit the ground. And I'm hungry.
975.
I ate them. Okay? That was the part I made up. But the other part was true. I'm glad I passed it along.
I wish more than anything that I hadn't heard that story.
Right up.
Sean patty caking that fourth to last shot in that rally. And Luis took the control of the rally.
579.
There's that incredible serve.
Right up.
So casual. Needed just one more step and drive that ball down the
975.
left wall.
9 serve 5.
But instead went for the junk time.
Right up.
Amazing athleticism from Luis. Actually runs back to the back wall, stops, sets himself on a dime, and shoots the ball an inch high off the front wall. Just an incredible shot.
There is a timeout call from Sean.
Dave Chapman, known for being the best, David, running back to the back wall, stopping on a dime, and still able to shoot that ball. But Luis showing us that he's got that same skill.
We also saw that skill from Andy Nett yesterday, but he was using his left hand and way off balance. You're watching the Wph Ektelon Pro Stop at Lifetime Fitness in Minnesota. Actually, St. Paul, just down the street. You said it was 5 miles away, but I have a feeling it's a little bit closer than that. Maybe we should do a little GPS on that, a little Google Maps. Minneapolis, St. Paul, just right here. We're in a kind of a sleepy neighborhood down the street.
We're staying, Dave, just about 2.5 miles away. I was driving in last night, preparing for my match, and looked to my right. There's a pro handball player. Walked to the club right along the highway with Sean Lenning.
Just walking.
Just walking. I waved.
What, excuse me? You didn't?
I waved.
You waved to him?
Yes.
Well, that was nice. Very generous. Were you playing him or?
No.
No, that's just normal.
Right.
Yeah. It's a normal thing you see. Huh. So you just didn't stop and pick him up then? Or?
Well, there was a car behind me, and it was just, wouldn't have been
I
the
don't
right
like to
time.
drive at night, you know?
Yeah.
Plus it was 28 degrees out. Why do I want to stop the car? Good person right there. Wow, these guys are just playing Pong. It's about time somebody did that.
Sean comes around the outside of the ball and under it.
975.
Kills that ball with a reverse. Nice reverse on that serve. Luis not reading that reverse. I'm surprised. Sean's hit primarily reverses down the left side wall. It's not that difficult to
1075.
read the reverse. Sean's hand.
This match is now 50 minutes long. Ooh, we've seen a lot of amazing shots here and also a lot of not so much
Well,
shots.
these guys are high-risk players, Dave, so it's shot making, Dave, and also some sort of strange
10-5.
Score is 10-5.
That's all part of the package when you play this high risk, high voltage handball.
Why did Luis give up there?
There might have been a hinder. He might think the ball is broken. I'm not sure what he's asking for right there.
I think you're right.
This is a dangerous play.
It is, you're
to
right.
think that the ball is broken and then you find out it's actually not.
Not broken?
That's actually should be a
Point.
loss of the point for Luis
Good point.
Moreno.
Wow, and
It is. The referee
Point.
taking my advice.
Point. We gotta keep playing it. Unless it actually breaks, so it's a point.
Dave is correct.
Dave is...
11-75.
That's a real tough one right there. I see Sean throwing the ball into the ground. Sean actually wants to break it, and I don't think you can do that. You can't induce a break. Sean doesn't feel good about this. He doesn't want to give himself a point here. And now you cannot break the ball, can you?
Go. Let's go. Let's go. 11-5.
This ball will break within the next 2 minutes, just so you know. These guys normally get this
I've
right.
got 500 bags of sand that says that it won't.
Right out. Fast, 3-11.
Are you taking me up on that?
Sure.
So you had to go get the official timepiece out to just...
That's how we do it here.
Second serve.
If it's not official, it doesn't
Can
count.
we start the 2 minutes from now?
No, it started when I announced the bet.
Okay, I'll do that with you.
Right out.
What was the official time? 51.
51-25.
Okay.
11-75.
Yeah, that ball's broken.
Point.
You can't actually win the bet by
12-75.
claiming the ball to be broken.
Oh, I didn't know the rules in
Yeah.
advance. I wish I would have known the rules, or else I would have probably not have made
I'm
that
not sure what happened there.
Right out.
Sean
bet.
grabbing his nose or
5-3.
his side guard. It
5-3-12.
seemed like
Sorry.
that ball might have hit him,
5-12.
but I don't think it did. Now it's Luis with a great serve down the right. Sean reads it. And now Sean with a three-wall
Right
lob
out.
pass.
12-5.
12 serves 5.
Short ball. Second.
And that's the end of that bet.
Nope,
so
no,
all
but
this-
you still have to tell 25 seconds.
Okay.
Point.
Excellent. You're wrong on that.
I will take those 500 bags.
13-75.
18-5 unless Sean breaks it on this serve. There it is right there, right? It's broken.
It's not.
No,
Point.
I was willing it.
14-5.
Score is 14-5. Sean Lenning loses the first game, but he's up here in the second.
Much like you just lost 500 bags of sand to me.
I figure since we break 6 balls per match, I had a pretty good chance that one
Right
would
out.
break. That was a nice shot right there from Luis Moreno.
5-14.
Healthy. 5 serves 14 is the score here.
Luis with a cool spin.
Point.
And he converts the left-handed setup down that left wall.
6-14.
6 serves 14. Crowd has jammed into this place. I don't know if I've ever seen a venue with as many people
Point.
as silent as this.
I've certainly never heard a louder crowd than we heard in that first game, Dave. The Margarita machine has cooled down here
14.
in this second game, but we have received word that they'll be cranking that back up here in the next couple of minutes.
Point.
Sean looking a little bit weary right now, David. Sean Lenning plays some of his best handball.
8-14.
He's seemingly exhausted.
Point.
This game's similar, Dave, to the Sean's
Timeout
quarterfinal
number 2.
matchup.
1 minute.
Sean actually trailing in that second game the entire way. And it was
9-14.
Sean came back. This time it's Sean leading, but
Wph Live.tv production of this Ektelon Pro Stop. Lifetime Fitness, Fridley, Minnesota, where we are just in a sleepy little neighborhood of Minneapolis, St. Paul, just down the street about 5 miles or so.
It won't be sleepy tomorrow, Dave. We've got the men's pro final at 11 a.m. Central Time, and we've got the Vikings taking on
30 seconds.
the Arizona Cardinals.
That's right, they are playing the Cardinals, and they're doing it at home here, which means we might have to get tickets, right? What time is that, is the pregame?
12 o'clock start.
So we are going to pack up and then just head over there to the stadium, right?
That's true, yes. We actually were given a luxury box
15
courtesy
seconds.
of our
One of our great sponsors here.
Jerry Jordahl has actually given us access to not only his limousine, but also his luxury box in the Metrodome. So
Metrodome, actually, they have a great promotion there. They're handing out
9-14.
disposable cell phones where you can take pictures and texts and send them to your friends. Just a little tie-in.
That's what makes Sean
Right
a
out.
freak. Amazing kill on the rise.
14-79.
You have to say that was a smart timeout for Sean. Broke Luis's momentum, came in and did a beautiful kill now. And Sean serving with a 14-9 lead.
Right out.
Looked like Luis was in a tough spot there, but he just gets the outside of that ball. Pushes it into the right corner.
9-14.
9 serves 14. Luis Moreno wins the first game.
Point.
Beautiful serve and shoot there. Actually, Dave, Jerry Jordahl will be
10-14.
15 busloads of people tomorrow, Dave, that will leave straight from here after the men's final and go directly to the Metrodome. I believe they call that chartering 15 fans.
Point.
You and I, fortunately, Dave, will be on one of those 15 fans.
11-14.
Our cameraman, Omar Lemus,
Not so
invited.
much, yeah.
Fourth.
And that's not necessarily because he has other obligations, and just because we don't really,
Second.
we didn't want to invite him. So,
Doesn't make him a bad person.
no,
he's
I mean, just not, he's just, you know. So anyway, this match is obviously being played. And a nice shot right there. It was
Right out.
actually an accidental type shot from Sean Lenning, but he'll take it.
14-11.
14 serves 11.
Now these guys exchanging ceiling shots, and Sean overhitting
Right
that
out.
ceiling shot. Luis with a textbook back ball rollout. Followed that ball out in front of himself.
11-14.
Just blast and kill.
11
Short.
serves 14. You know what's interesting is that Sean
What?
Lenning.
Tell me.
Oh, well, thank you
Second
for. Sean Lenning's right arm looked so awfully bad just 12 days ago at the U.S. Open on that third place. He said he couldn't even lift his arm, but here he doesn't seem to have any alien effect with that arm. In fact, he could lift it.
Actually, that was a pretty forceful smack
Yeah.
of the door.
12-14.
Had an MRI on that shoulder, and doctor said that he has a cyst that is growing in his right shoulder.
Right out. 14-12.
I believe, David, it's one of those things that is sort of day to day. Some days it feels okay, and other days he really has a hard time lifting. Very much like a arthritic
Right out.
knee, perhaps. I know that you struggle with that condition.
I actually have about 4 or 5 other conditions too that I struggle with, but that is one, and I know that
14.
feeling. It's just some days you can just go
We're
through
not
a phase.
referring to the schizophrenia, though.
I was actually
Oh, you
referring
are,
to that.
okay.
You might not have been, but I
Okay.
will refer to it.
Point.
Okay.
Bipolarism and manic depression. I wish it was bulimia.
Need a towel? Towel. John, how are your gloves? Thank you. 2 minutes.
And there's going to be a
Actually,
2-minute timeout.
The opposite of a bulimic, you're a binge eater.
I'm a binger, but I don't purge. That's disgusting, okay?
It was Luis Moreno, the incredible pickup there with his left hand. Sean following that shot in, and Luis killing it off the short hop and inch high right in front of Sean.
Brought this up yesterday, but this weekend actually marks a moment in Minnesota handball history when the rebirth of the annual pro handball tournament in Minnesota took place. 1977, St. Paul Athletic Club, just about 3.5 miles from here, is when they had a great pro match between Nate Alvarado Sr. The tickets were actually being sold for $15 for the full weekend. Here it's $100. Nate Alvarado defeated Brewer Kitchings of Alabama in a close tiebreaker. That was on this date in Minnesota history from 1977. And then, as we go forward in time, Nate's oldest son and only son, Nate Alvarado Jr., will hit the stage tonight. And let's see if he can repeat the greatness of his father, of that moment of handball history at the St. Paul Athletic Club.
Only time will tell.
Well, we're only about 35 minutes away from kicking that match off, and that will be right here on the show court at Lifetime Fitness in Fridley, Minnesota, where we've been viewing and airing these great matchups that we've had that started from the round of 16 all the way through the point where we're at now, the semifinals. Winners of these matches will go on to the finals and a chance at the big bucks. You can see that Luis Moreno is really holding his back here.
Moreno actually sweating. That's the first I've ever seen of that. Wouldn't know it by watching him play, Dave. He's looking spry in
20
there.
seconds.
Moving extremely well and blasting shots with both hands.
But you can see that he's stretching that lower back. He's still got issues with it, but it looks like he's trying to work his way through it here in the
10
middle of this
seconds.
I know
glove
Dave
change.
uses you as a personal trainer in Tucson. Was there a certain exercise the two of you were working on where you tweaked that back, or is this something that's been gradually declining over time?
I drove him to Krispy Kreme and kept the car idling while he ran in and picked up the donuts. So it's a it's a difficult workout routine for him, because we did it during the only rainstorm that Tucson had in the last 11 years. And yeah, I think he strained his back at that moment. But I make him run too, because when I want my donuts, I needs me my donuts. Don't think it didn't happen. John is looking for his eye guards, but before the 2-minute timeout, he threw them to that right corner down there. Now they're missing.
All right, here we go. Serving 14.
13-14.
Sean nearly whiffed that ball. Ended up hitting a pretty good return.
Boy, Sean has power when he wants to put it out there.
This guy's just incredible
Point.
reflexes and incredible power from off balance. And Sean missing that
13-14.
very easy shot there. We'll see if that's a pivotal moment in this game, Dave.
Point.
Sean led 14-13, missed that easy back wall shot, made it 14-all. It would have been his serve at 14-13 instead of Luis Moreno's serve at 14-all. Now it's Sean with another air, and Luis taking his first air lead, of this second game at 15-14. And there's Sean with
Side out.
that amazing touch.
That was an underhand fist punch. That was not an open
14-15.
hand.
He's read that hop perfectly.
Point.
And that's just a,
Was he using a fist there?
that was an open hand. It looked like he changed his mind at the last
Together at 15.
going to hit that shot two wall, front wall, left side wall, and at the last second decided to go back down the right.
Point.
And that could have been the opening that Sean Lenning needs.
16-15.
Now it's Sean Lenning with the lead. They're
Short.
trading the lead now like a ping pong match. Or a ping pong ball
Second
going
serve.
over the net.
Okay.
It goes back and forth
During a match.
during a rally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Because not all ping pong matches trade the lead all that often.
Look at that gift from Sean Lenning. Amazing. Let's do it again. That one barely makes the front wall.
And Sean's kept this rally alive with 3 incredible gets. And here's the setup.
And he hits it into the ground dead center. We've seen so much of that from both players in this match, but we've also seen
15-16.
a lot of great shots as well. Like you said, they take chances.
It's been a highlight and a low light reel here in this men's first semifinal. Luis sneaks that shot down the left wall.
16-16.
A fan and webcaster's point of view, this has been incredible action to watch. There's been very few interruptions. We haven't had any bad bounces because we're not playing bad bounces
Right
here.
out.
The refereeing has been outstanding. We've had very few hinder calls, very few disruptions in these matches. And the flow
16-16.
has made for just an incredible atmosphere here. The fans are so involved, they're so energetic, and the players are responding as well. And you can hear the gallery, Dave, in the background, the moans, the screams,
That was
the wave.
the sound of
16-16.
about 75 all moaning at the same time, and another 75 eating cheese and drinking their wine.
Only you can eat cheese, drink wine, and still announce.
Point.
You hear some more moans from that crowd. That's the other half. They finally swallowed and
17-16.
drank their wine. And the other group is now putting the crackers in their mouth, so kind of rotate.
Side out.
Score is 16-17. If you're watching this live webcast, please tell your friends, get on your phone and text message them, tell them to tune into Handball. You know, at your office, you've always talked about Handball, another one of those missed shots right there.
Sean's about 4 inches from having won this second game. He's just come up
17-16.
just centimeters short.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like it, honestly. Not just Sean, but Luis is doing it too.
These guys are former training partners. Sean actually inspired Luis to become the top level player he is today. They used to spar quite a bit, Dave, in Tucson in the circa 2007, 2008 area. Haven't been playing much lately, a combination of Sean being injured and, just they're both at such a high level they don't want to give away too much when they play in these big events.
Sean now lives in Tucson again, so he was down at the club, but you're right, they don't play much of each other. It's really odd.
And there's Sean with just another barely missed free kill.
17-16.
17 serves 16.
High drama, Dave, and high quality handball.
Side out.
Great shot from Sean Lenning. Takes that Luis Moreno mistake and rolls it.
16-17.
Incredibly, Dave, Sean misses another shot intended for the right corner.
It's unbelievable. We can actually make a highlight reel of that.
It's almost like watching Tiger Woods miss 3-foot putts.
17-16.
They just roll around the hole and just don't drop. Just a game of inches, and now it's Luis eliminating any possibility of an air, Dave, there with a
18-16.
beautiful ace down the right wall.
Point.
And now it's Sean Lenning incredibly
19-16.
flat here over the last 2 rallies, just handing Luis 2 points after fighting so hard to take that 17-16 lead, and now it's Sean with another right hand miss, and I'm starting to see that writing on the wall, Dave. It's a little bit blurry.
20, possible match point for your 16.
It's there. It's now match point for Luis. He goes to the left. Sean pops that ball back to the ceiling. Luis goes for the deep court kill and comes up short. Luis off balance there just a little bit. Didn't step into that shot. Now it's Sean Lenning back in the box, trying to force a tiebreaker. He'll need 4 points. And Luis babies that shot and pays the price. A great, amazing call from our referee, letting that play continue. Not calling the screen there when a lot of referees would. This is why he was given this great honor, Dave, refereeing this semifinal pro match. And now it's Sean converting that re-kill attempt in the front court.
18-20.
Score is 18-20. Sean loses the first game, 21-7.
Inexplicably, Dave, Sean Lenning giving away consecutive points there at 17 all.
20.
This game, Dave, could be over. Luis Moreno took this
19.
an offensive opportunity.
First time out, Luis Moreno.
Luis takes a timeout
1
here.
minute.
Luis
19,
had
20.
a slight opening, Dave, at 20-17. Sean punched that ball to the ceiling. Luis let the ball drop from about 39 feet, went for the kill, and skipped it. And now it's Sean Lenning in the box with all the momentum, trailing 19-20, but serving. Luis Moreno calling a timeout.
So what would you rather be?
Well, this is the question I've asked you.
That's the question I'm asking you. Would you rather be Sean Lenning after losing the first game serving here at 19-20, or would you rather be Luis Moreno?
I'd rather have the game in my pocket.
Who has it in their pocket?
Luis Moreno has the first game in his pocket, so he already leads 1-0, so I'd rather...
let's take that out of the equation.
If we're going to take that
let's take that out of the equation.
I'd rather be Sean Lenning.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Not only because I'd like to grow a beard that beautiful, but because this serve in the rhythm that he's in right now, Dave.
Okay.
Here we go, time in.
He's the favorite in this game.
19-20.
19-20. Sean goes for the crack and he gets it, but
Here's
Luis
a big setup
pops
for
it up.
Sean. And he gets it. This game has had so much ebb and flow. And now it's 20-20.
20, 7-20.
Bad serve there from Sean.
And they
Replay.
Oof.
Luis did not catch that ball cleanly. That would have been an easy opportunity for Sean Lenning to win the first game.
20-20.
Scores 20-20 here. Sean going to the right side this time.
You can see Sean serving any shorts here today. His serve's been pretty good.
Oh, look at that
Terrible
shot.
second serve there from Sean, and Sean digs it out. Luis wraps that ball around. Sean a little bit too casual there. Luis hits it right back to him.
This is going to be a setup here off the back wall. And what does Sean do with it? He kills it in that front corner. He was down 15-20, and then and then he comes back and scores 6 straight points.
Actually
17-20, scores 4 straight points. Just like you said, all Sean needs is 4 points, and he got all of them right there. So that closes out the second game. We are going breaker. Sean Lenning versus Luis Moreno. First person to 11 is in the finals tomorrow. We're going to take a quick timeout from Lifetime Fitness for David Fink and Omar Lemus. My name is Dave Benson. Actually, before we go, what you're saying is you'd like to stick around in case a double bounce match comes up here?
Our between games entertainment, Dave, will be a big ball double bounce matchup here. It's co-ed. It is singles. Kate Maxwell will serve first. You see a big lineup in here to play with the big ball. We've got some new players in here, Dave. We'll be sure to get their bios up here for you as quickly as we can.
So my question to you is, if Michael Phelps was swimming in the Olympics and his lane is done and he takes his goggles off.
Wins, so that lane's
right.
open.
It's open.
The other, right, yeah.
Just the fans just run and just do belly flops in the
cannonballs.
Cannonballs, and they get in there and swim around a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, this is a great camera angle here. It's a double bounce. They're actually using a racquetball this time.
A nice get there from Katie.
Oh, and
she rolls that ball out off the back wall. Katie will not be participating, unfortunately, Dave, in the women's only event next week in Tucson, although I think there may be an open spot for her.
There might be at least one, and then we saw our referee, Abraham Montijo, is actually on the court as well, and that also happens in other sports. I recall the umpire of Major League Baseball doing the hot dog eating contest at the 7th inning stretch.
That's happened.
He also shagged some balls with the local high school kids that were hitting off the tee there at Fulton County Stadium. So this does happen in other sports.
Tim Donaghy actually went out and shot some threes, but he actually had $50,000 on those three-pointers, so that's a little bit different.
So here's the that's
Katie will take that with her right.
No name with the. We have got. We're switching camera angles too. This is professional. Okay, here goes Katie. She's playing in her flip-flops from Mo State. Yeah, you don't think that this isn't important to the collegiates? This is very important.
Dave, Katie leading this two-bounce game with 3 points. That is unofficial. Abraham Montijo in last place. He was a pro qualifier here. It just goes to show you, Dave, that just because you're a top-ranked pro doesn't make you one of the top two-bounce players in the sport.
Oddly enough, with Abraham, he's dressed like he lives in Aspen, but of all the people out there on the floor, he lives in an area that's probably one of the hottest places on earth. Kind of strange that he's bundled up like he was just spending a week in Antarctica, but I guess that's what happens. Wants to cover the body here.
Katie takes that ball off the back wall. Nice shot. Dave picks it up. This actually, Dave, was a world championship event at the Junior World Championships in Tucson.
That's a good point. There's Katie with just the throw in there. You notice that these youngsters all have smiles on their faces. That's what handball does for you. Katie with the left drop kill. She's going to have to run back between the legs, but does not get to it. I was kind of hoping she'd go down on her knees or slide in and do that Sean Lenning backhand, but
I thought she might punch that ball into the
that's a good point too.
Ball. In a full dive, of course.
Well, does anybody have a name for Lanyard here? What's his name?
He's undisclosed. And you see Abe using the angles of the court now, running his opponent off the court.
Connor Bacon is right there with the blue shirt versus Abraham Montijo now.
6 degrees of Connor Bacon.
Oh, look at that shot from Katie, who I believe got Abe out. Abe's acting like he
should pick that ball up
on a 3 bounce. This is Ben Olson. We call him Lanyard back here in the webcast booth.
Ben, don't call me Luke Olson.
There's 2 bounces there. Ben catches up to it, but is unable to get it to that side wall. This game of 2 bounce has been brought to you by, well, the 3 people we have watching. This is for you. This is the fans' choice. Katie couldn't stand having her hair in her eyes, so she's put it up in a bun.
That's a smart play.
She's put it in a bun. And that bun's coming loose.
Katie.
You know, dental floss will work for that.
Oh, beautiful shot there from Katie. You see her. That's sort of her finishing move, Dave. She goes to the double flex of the arms after a rollout.
That was much like Hulk Hogan does.
Very similar. Another setup here for Katie. She catches up to it. Look at that touch.
Oh. That is amazing. She's on her 4th set here. Running the line, as we call it. And she's actually going big time here. I think she's been snookering the young men. If you've tuned into the live webcast, that's what it's come down to for the Stage team of Fink Vincent. I mean, there's, I guess, nothing else we could be doing on a Saturday night that could award us any type of accolades or cash. But this, I mean, just like other professional sports like skydiving or basket weaving underwater, they always have the fans just jump right in.
Actually, at Hockey League, from time to time, they will take these shots at That's actually our referee serving right there, Dave, who you would think would be keeping the time with the second hand and calling out 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but he's got other things going on.
It's hard to be official when you're running the table.
It's true.
Okay, so we are not going to take a timeout from the broadcast booth, which would have been a great opportunity to replenish at the margarita table, but
Luis Moreno wearing a throwback PHA jersey.
between periods in the NHL hockey games, little kids skate out onto the ice and have a game. They're called Lil Timbits, representing Tim Hortons. And that actually happens up in Canada.
Well,
So
we have tiebreaker
maybe
coming
we
up.
should take all of our pro stops in handball and move it up to across the border, because they are more familiar with that sort of thing happening. But of course, here in handball, it's allowable.
Alright. Here we go. Luis Moreno's going to split
They do
scores.
have an Arthur Ashe Kids
That's
Day
our
at the
round of
US
stops
Open.
for this tiebreaker,
I'm not
guys.
sure
Come on.
I'm following your logic here.
Wasn't my logic. I was just passing
Here we
along
go.
some
0,
wiki
7, 0.
information for you. 0-0. We're going to 11, and the winner goes into the finals. Luis Moreno loses the second game to Sean Lenning. First one to 11 wins. Sean Lenning.
We'll see how much mental toughness Luis Moreno
That
has.
out.
He was just about 2 inches from winning that second game and also winning the match. 2 inches
0,
from
7, 0.
the spot in the finals tomorrow. And came up short. It was Sean Lenning who really got into his groove at the end of that second game.
Side out. 0, 7, 0.
0 serve 0.
Replay.
It's just the third hinder call of this match, Dave. In comparison, 2 weeks ago at the
0, 7,
Silver
0.
Green US Open, we saw 54 hinder calls in the finals between Alan Gunn and Dave Chapman.
54.
48 of them completely unnecessary. We hope that our Simple Green
Point.
professional referee teams are watching the tapes, Dave, because
1, 7, 0.
every ref, Dave, in every major sport as
Serve
handball
ball.
is subjected to a Monday morning
Second
review,
serve.
just like the players. Their games are analyzed by the people up top.
Point.
We've got a lot to learn, and a lot of that can be learned from our very
2,
own
7,
Amy
0.
Montijo, U of A student in Tucson.
Side out.
Another side out there.
These guys exchanged left-handed kill shots.
0,
Sean
7, 2.
finding the bottom board first.
Score is 0-2.
Not a good return from Luis. Sloppy shot from Sean.
Look how Sean gets back up into position there.
Side out.
That was a dreamboat type of shot. Just blasted that ball. 94 miles per hour.
2, 7, 0.
That might be one of the hardest ever hit on our radar gun. Of course, we use them. We use
Don't have our-
Canadian.
We don't have our laser system.
Look at that get right there from
Incredible get.
Sean. And then Luis hits it into the ground. Luis is going to say that I'm trying to take that shot, and Sean touches me with his foot. I'm not actually certain. Sean, Luis
0,
said that.
2.
That has to frustrate you a little bit when you go for that shot and miss it like that, with your opponent laying down facing the back wall.
Replay.
That's the old adage, Dave, that you make your opponent play one more shot. Sean did. He's in the service box because of it.
0, 2.
It's 0-2. Nice wrinkle on that ball.
Boy, these guys are really putting out here, Dave.
This is incredible effort, David. Great treat for the fans.
Point.
Luis with a simple mistake there. Tried to take something off of that shot.
1, 7, 2.
Score is 1-2.
Slightly mishit.
Here our referee sounds like he's a little bit out of breath. That's because he had a fierce game of double bounce and lost to Katie McCall. It was a close one, but he did lose, and that's why he's kind of huffing and puffing there. This is the tiebreaker. We're going to 11. First one gets there. Gets also a lot more cash, but also chance at the finals. Some really good athletic plays here.
This really is anybody's game here, Dave. Both guys so fierce, with so much power and will.
2-7-2.
We're all even here, too.
You know, Dave, one of the oldest cliches is whoever wants it more wins. I can tell you both these guys want it just as badly as the other. It'll come down to who can execute, Dave, in the closing moments.
3-7-2.
Score is 3-2. Referee Abraham Montijo makes the call. Referee was going to be Chip Morales, but both players and about 16 fans actually voted against him. Look at that shot right there from Sean Lenning.
That ball so early. It looked like I thought that shot dropping. Took the shot out of the air and bowls it. Sean now on a 4-0 run.
Screen ball. Screen ball.
First screen was, I think it was a good call, but
Screen ball.
that ball hopped 2.2
Sisters.
feet. That courtesy of Jean Casimiro. She does have lasers now on the court. She's down there with her laptop, Dave. Those MacBook Pros can do it all.
Sean misses that shot. Frustrating for the Lenning camp with.
Well, that's the shot that Sean takes, and he makes a living on that shot. You can't be too discouraged seeing Sean go for that shot.
Point.
That's an A serve right there from Luis.
I called it good.
I saw it
And
good.
Luis locked it into a fist bump, which means it was
Last
short.
3-7-2. I mean, sorry. Hold it. Wrong score. 3-7-4.
I don't think the players could have heard the wrong score anyway. All they hear is a vibration. I think they're keeping track of the score in their heads.
Not the right shot there from Sean.
Here's a setup for Sean. I think Sean thought that Luis was going to rotate around. There's a miss hit right there. Luis now tied the game at 4. We're going to 11.
Four, 7-4.
Such a thin line between these two, Dave.
There's also a thin line between 11 and 8.
Side out.
He's completely misplaying that shot.
Was he trying to hit that with his elbow? Behind the back elbow?
I think he was surprised by the angle that ball came into his body.
Here's a serve from Sean Lenning. Boy, that ball is hopping away. My gosh. You see
Sean
that?
looks like he has to take that ball to the left, but he generates that low to high swing and is able to hit it back down the right.
I'd like to see Sean do that same serve, but go over to the right side of the court just a little bit more, because if he misses a little bit far to the left, it just wraps around for Luis, and then he's out of position.
But now it's 6-4. Sean has outscored Luis 6-2 since Luis's hot start, and now it's Sean seemingly completely in control here. He was on the brink of elimination, and now it's Sean just 3 points from winning this match.
Timeout, Luis.
Luis takes a timeout.
8-7-4.
Score is 8-4 here.
And you
Unbelievable.
mentioned it, Dave, not only the prestige of becoming a finalist and possibly champion here at this lifetime Fireball Pro Slot, but a lot of cash on the line. It's cold hard cash. It's not just regular cash. There's a lot of it to be had to the winner.
We actually we were storing it in the multi-million-dollar prize department.
It's actually in the vault here, in the basement.
They have to wheel it up with security, and it's very hard for the security to get down there to that area since they're trolling the VIP room right fans here.
Fortunately for us, though, Dave, they are open 24 hours a day, so we have access to that vault.
What does that mean? I'm about as broke as it could possibly be. I must not be trolling the right area. Do they have, does the elevator go there? 'Cause I don't do stairs. Just asking.
Luis Moreno now asking himself, what happened to this match?
I was wondering what happened to the conversation.
Well, that was clearly took a turn for the worse. Tried to misdirect that back to the match. We are in a tiebreaker here.
Wow.
Point.
Terrible miscue right there from Luis.
9-7-4.
Not very positive body language for Luis.
Football.
And Sean Lenning looked like he could have been out in the first round here.
Second
Now,
serve.
2 points from playing in his first Pro Stop final in over a year. Here's an opportunity for Sean. Takes it to the ceiling. Don't understand that shot from Luis. Had a chance to be aggressive. Luis just not shooting the ball right now. And Sean with an amazing get.
And the
Luis
crowd.
misplaying that shot from Sean, but able to stick his hand out there, scoop that soft shot to his left hand.
4-7-9.
Now Luis is going to his dominator serve. Oh, I thought Luis was going to the big hop down the middle of the court, Dave, but he goes to a high two-wall serve that Sean just tees off on. Takes control of the rally. And there's the inside-out kill, and it's...
That ball's going to come back for Sean. This is not over yet. Boy, you're watching some really entertaining handball, I should say. And the crowd's liking that here, and now they're getting into it, and that's because the Minnesota Viking cheerleaders have come in here. And they have been passing out those disposable cell phones, allow you to take pictures and send texts. Yes.
WPH actually providing those on the first day of this event. We are on the cutting edge here. This match, Dave, is so intense that the gallery telling the cheerleaders to step away from the glass so that they can focus on the match.
We're now at 1 hour and 33 minutes into this.
It's incredible, Dave. Dave Chapman and Alan Garner played a 2.5-hour match in the finals of the U.S. Open.
We have intel now as Sean Lenning stepped out of the court. The intel is Sean Lenning stepped out of the court and he regurgitated. He upchucked high key hack prey the force and must technical going on bomber hurl left his feet low chunk threw up and gagged right outside the court over here. Now stay quiet about it. It's a very obviously personal moment for Sean, but obviously intense, and also this is the most he's worked out since U.S. Open and getting pneumonia after U.S. Open.
Short ball.
So that might,
Second serve.
I don't know how you recover from the upchuck.
Former friend of the WPH, Emmett Puchot, known to throw up during matches quite a bit.
9-7-4.
Luis completely overhitting that shot. Luis overhit that shot so badly, Dave, that Sean really didn't have much of a play on it.
4-7-9. Short ball. Second serve.
side out. Strange air there from Luis.
9-7-4.
9-4 is the call here.
It's about as a great call from a referee to let that play continue. There was a little bit of congestion, but plenty of time to recover. You see a lot of referees, Dave, blowing the whistle too soon.
4-79.
You like to name names. Don't do it. 4 serves 9.
Short.
That is short. Luis wants that to get over
Second
1.
serve.
I like the fact that he's at least going for those power serves.
Luis very aggressive on that second serve.
It's a little trick he learned from Sean Lenning, who said that to be aggressive on the second serve, they're not expecting it, and there's a point for Luis.
5-79.
Luis scores one more point here, Dave. I'm going to have to ask you who you'd rather be in this position.
2 serves.
So that'll be something that you might have to think about. You might even have to answer.
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
My answer will depend on whether or not Sean Lenning has brushed his teeth. Oh my gosh, nice shot right
That's
there.
the shot of the
Sean.
tournament. Incredible, squelching that ball into the front wall, right side wall.
9-5 is the score here. We're going to 11. Winner goes into the finals. This is the match we thought we'd see for third place at the U.S. Open. Wow,
amazing
nice
shot there from Sean. Sean not known for getting low to kill the ball, Dave, but he was down touching the ground with both knees there.
Point 35.
This is it for all the marbles. Match point. Sean Lenning going for it here.
Sean does well to
That was a
bring
tough
that ball
shot.
back. I thought Luis would shoot that ball, Dave. He shoots that.
And
Puts
there it
on the
is.
floor.
Sean Lenning does it. He
An
advances to the
incredible
final.
win there for Sean Lenning. Amazing guts and courage.
1 hour, 38 minutes long. The match that ends at 11-5 with Sean Lenning coming back. And that means that that writing that you put on the wall and also that I put onto the scoreboard is going to have to be removed now. Sean Lenning defeating Luis Moreno. And now we have another match coming right around the corner, equally as impressive and hopefully as entertaining. Luis Moreno losing that one to Sean Lenning in 3, and now Dave Chapman faces one of his longtime veteran foes in Nate Alvarado Jr. Please, if you can, get on your cell phones, your social network sites, Twitter, Facebook, MySpace. Tweet the address to watch this live webcast. Tell your friends. I know that you've been working for years with those in your department, and they all know about handball, but they've never watched it played. Do us a favor. Let them watch. Give them the link. Expose them to handball. And we'll see how many people can tune into this match between the legend Dave Chapman and Nate Alvarado. We'll be back with the other semifinals match. Winner faces Sean Lenning tomorrow. We'll be back in just a bit. Stick with us.